Hello, Mount Bethel. I'm making this video for a couple of reasons to kind of encourage you and just kind of keep you abreast of what's going on. First of all, I want you to know that Lady Herring and I are praying for your families. And we know that many of you may be going through some really trying situations, but understand and know that the pastor and the First Lady, we are praying for you all, that God will see you through this time. With what's going on in our, and I'm going to say our country, but it's in the world, the social distancing and all of this, it forces us not to be around each other. And so it's been weeks since I've seen you, and I'm learning to understand how valuable it is to have church service when we all together, because we see each other, we love each other, and we have time to touch each other. But unfortunately, that's not happening. So I want you to know that we're missing you, but hopefully through prayer, that God. Remember the sermon I preached the last sermon I preached in this church was 2 Chronicles chapter 7, verse 14. If my people, which are called by my name, will humble themselves in prayer and seek my face and turn from their wicked ways, then I will hear from heaven and heal your land. You should be still practicing that. You still should be praying. But let me give you a couple of updates. First of all, the Vision 2020 is moving pretty good. And, it was originally our date that we would march into our sanctuary, which will be next Sunday, the first Sunday in April. And I'm saying it's not that the church may not be ready, the church may very well be ready. But of course, with what's going on in our world, we are not ready to move back in. And this is not an act of disbelief or fear. This is an act of faith and trust. And because God is still in control, but we have to trust those people that are around us and know a little more than we do. And you may have read in the newspaper, like I did, even a church decided to defy what our leaders are saying, and the white pastor's wife got sick, and the church members are getting sick. So I don't want to see anybody get sick. I don't want to see any of what's out there be spread among our members. So we're going to obey and follow the leadership of our city, state, and in the federal government as well. So we're following that. But that's not to say that the Vision 2020 will not be realized. We are expecting the church to be ready in another week or so. And I believe you're going to be amazed of how it's been transformed from the way you left out to where you return. So since we may not be having, we probably won't be having church first Sunday, here's what we want to do. We're going to have communion like we do here. I'm going to preach the first Sunday, and then at the close of our message, we're going to have communion. So you need to do a couple of things. You're already driving by. I think the dates for the drive-by is Friday and Saturday. When you drive by Friday and our Saturday to give your offering, we're going to have our communion ready to give to you, not to take. When you get it, don't take it. Okay, but get enough for your family. And if you know some members that cannot drive, that you can be in contact with, get enough for them too, because we'll have more than enough. So now let me repeat myself. When you come by to give your offerings on Friday or Saturday, we're going to also give to you our portable communion cups, the ones with the wafer and all prepackaged. Get enough for your family and get enough for friends, members of our church that we may not be able to reach. And you give it to them. If you are by yourself and there's no one else to help you, call your deacon. They will be able, we're going to meet, when you get this message, we probably would have already met. We're going to make sure they have enough for their members to give to them. So, because on next Sunday, at the close of the message, I'm going to lead us in our communion service, and you take it at your home. And even though we'll be apart, that act will bring us together again, because we will eat and drink together. For the last time, I'll repeat it one more time. When you drive by Friday or Saturday with your offering, or if you drive by and already given your offering, get your communion cups. Get enough for your family, and get some for your members or friends that may not be able to get here. And make sure they get it, because we're going to do it. Or if none of this applies to you, then call your deacon and make sure he gets it to you, because we're going to have communion together. Next, we haven't had Bible study in a while, and I'm getting with Deacon Campbell. We're thinking about, we hopefully the next week or so, if this, and like it's going to drag on longer than we anticipate, I'm going to do Bible study the same way I'm doing our Sunday service. And we'll probably play it at the same time Bible study would have normally take place on Tuesday. So we'll be sending that link out to you. And what I'm going to do is try to make sure you have the outlines online, where you can get the outlines through your email or whatever. We'll make sure you'll be able to get your outline, and you'll be able to follow the lesson, even though you will not be here. We don't want to go too long without our prayer meeting and Bible study. So we want to get that done and get started with that. What this whole thing is teaching us new ways to do things. It is our desire that we learn from this. When you get to our new church, a lot of this stuff will already be in place, and what God is doing for us is giving us a head start to get ready for when we move into our new church. So what the devil meant for bad, God can turn around and make it for good. Listen, if you have any questions, please call the church office. I'll get the message to our secretary, even though she may not be here every day next week or here forward, but she has access to all the messages that will come through our phone. So still call the church office, call your deacon, and find out what's going on. And we're going to encourage the deacons to reach out to some of our members. Last thing I'm going to say is that I know that there are some members that may not be computer savvy. They don't have all of the internets and the tablets and the computers that to find out what's going on in our church. We're going to make sure that the deacons have all the information they need. Call your deacon. He will, everything, all of the updates, everything we're doing, he will know. That's what they are for. They are servants of the people. They are your servant. They are there for you to be a channel of information. So call your deacon, make sure that he gives you and keeps you aware of what's going on in our church. And the last, and I keep saying last, ain't that like a preacher keeps saying that final thing and keeps adding things, right? There's a great possibility that we may not have our Easter service. And if so, we'll still be here, and we will still have our Easter sermon and our resurrection sermon. But there's a great possibility that it may go longer than we anticipated. So bunker down, keep praying, stay encouraged. Use this time to get closer to your families, get closer to your wife. I think I say wife, and your children, amen. I love you, Lady Herring loves you, the church loves you, our deacon, Reverend Kit loves you, our chairman, our trustee ministry, Terrence Wright love you, our chairman, our deacons ministry love you. We all love you. And believe me, there will come a time when we all come back together as one. Enjoy your day. We'll make